My name is Mabel Rose Thompson. I'm 103 years old, and I'm about to tell you something that's going to make every vascular specialist in this country want to throw their stethoscope across the room. I have the circulation of a woman half my age. My feet are warm, my legs work. I walked to my mailbox this morning, walked back, and tended my tomatoes for an hour without sitting down once, and the doctors can't explain it. They keep poking at my ankles and frowning, looking for the swelling, looking for the cold blue toes they expect to find on a woman my age, and they don't find them. Now, before you scroll away and go back to watching some young fella sell you a pill, let me tell you something. I drink the same things every single day, have for over 50 years, and not one of them came from a pharmacy. You want to know about the doctors who told me my circulation was finished? Let me tell you about Dr. Coleman, 1979. Good man, sharp man, drove a brand new Buick. He looked at me, 56 years old at the time, and he said, "Mabel, your circulation's going to decline. It's just part of getting old. Your legs will get cold, you'll get the cramping at night, and one day you'll have a fall." He said it like he was reading the weather, like it was already decided. He told me to elevate my legs and take an aspirin and accept it. You know where Dr. Coleman is now? Riverside Memorial, Section C, died at 68. They tell me it was his heart, but I'll tell you what it really was. His own blood quit on him. The man who told me my circulation was doomed couldn't keep his own blood moving past 68. And here I am at 103, warming up my beet juice in the morning, watching the sun come up over my fence. So let me explain what's actually happening inside your legs, and I'm going to say it plain because nobody else will. When you get past 60, your blood vessels stop making something, some big word molecule. The young people who helped me with my garden looked it up for me. Nitric oxide, they call it. It's the thing that tells your blood vessels to relax and open up wide so your blood can get all the way down to your toes. And as you age, your body makes less and less of it. Your vessels get stiff, they get narrow, they clench up like an old fist that won't open. And your blood, the poor thing, just sits there struggling to push through. That's your cold feet. That's your numbness. That's the cramping that wakes you up at 2 in the morning. That's the swelling. And that, child, is what makes an old person fall and break a hip and never walk right again. It all starts with blood that can't move. Now, here's what made the doctors crazy. You can wake those vessels back up. Your body doesn't lose the ability to make that nitric oxide. It just stops getting the raw material it needs. And the raw material is sitting in the dirt. It's in the ground. It's in the plants. The same plants your great-grandmother grew behind her house and ate every day without thinking twice about it. We stopped eating from the ground and our blood stopped flowing. That's the whole story. They want to make it complicated so they can sell it back to you. It isn't complicated. Let me tell you what I drink. No exceptions, no fancy powders, no supplements from the store with the labels longer than my arm. The first one, the king of them all, is beet juice. A tall glass every single morning before I eat one bite of food. Empty stomach. That's important, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Now, when I started drinking beet juice back in the 70s, people looked at me like I'd lost my mind. My own sister-in-law said, "Mabel, that looks like you're drinking blood." And I said, "Good, maybe some of it'll rub off." You know what a beet is? It's a root. It grows down in the cold, dark dirt, and it pulls up everything good out of that soil and stores it. And when you drink it, your body takes what's in that beet and turns it straight into the thing that opens your blood vessels back up. I feel it within a couple hours. The warmth comes back into my feet. I'm not making that up. I've been feeling it every morning for half a century. They told me an old woman's legs are supposed to be cold. Mine aren't. I make my own when I can, 4 beets through the juicer, and when my hands are too tired for that, I buy the pure pressed kind. Not the stuff with sugar dumped in it, just beets. And yes, I'll warn you so you don't call your daughter in a panic. It might turn your water in the toilet bowl pink. That's normal. That's just the beet saying hello on the way out. Don't you go to the emergency room over pink water. I did once in 1962, and the nurse laughed at me, and she was right too. The second thing I drink is hibiscus tea. Now this one nobody talks about, and I don't understand why. It's a flower, a red flower. You steep it in hot water, and it comes out the color of a sunset and tastes tart, like cranberry that means business. I drink 2 cups, one in the morning, one in the evening when I'm sitting on my porch. It brings my blood pressure down gentle and steady, and it opens up the lining of the vessels. My friend Lorraine, God rest her, she was on 3 different blood pressure pills, swelling up like a balloon, and I gave her my hibiscus and told her to talk to her doctor first because it works that well. Now, if you're already on the pressure medicine, you go talk to your doctor before you go drinking it twice a day. I mean that. This stuff isn't weak. That's the point. The cheap things from the ground are stronger than the expensive things in the bottle, and that's what they don't want you to know. A whole box of hibiscus cost me $3 and lasts the month. The third thing is celery juice. Now I know. A few years back, every fool with a phone was drinking celery juice and claiming it cured everything from baldness to a broken heart. Most of that was nonsense. But for your blood, it's the real thing. Celery is packed full of the same stuff that's in the beets, the nitrates. Your body starts working on it the second it hits your mouth. The little bugs on your tongue start the job before it even reaches your belly. I run 5 big stalks through the juicer first thing on an empty stomach, same as the beets. Tastes like salty grass. I won't lie to you, it is not a pleasant drink, but I'm not drinking it for pleasure. I'm drinking it so I can still walk to church on my own 2 feet at 103. You want pleasant, go drink a milkshake and sit in your chair the rest of your life. You want to keep your legs, you drink the grass. And here's the thing they never tell you. After you drink the beet juice or the celery, don't you go rinsing with that mouthwash. The mouthwash kills the very bugs on your tongue that turn the good stuff into what your blood needs. People do everything right and then they undo it all swishing chemicals around their mouth because some commercial scared them about their breath. Leave your mouth alone in the morning. Your breath isn't the problem, your blood is. Now the fourth thing, and this one the doctors really hate, cocoa. Real cocoa, not the packet of sweet powder with the little dried marshmallows. I'm talking about the bitter dark cocoa, the kind that tastes like the truth. A spoonful in hot water or warm milk, no sugar. I put a tiny bit of stevia in mine because I'm not a saint. The cocoa opens your vessels up too. I feel it in my hands within the hour, the warmth spreading out to my fingertips. My grandmother drank cocoa every single evening of her life and lived to 96 with hands that never shook. They tell you chocolate is bad for you. They mean candy bars full of sugar and wax. The actual cocoa, the bean itself, the thing it came from before they ruined it, that's medicine. We took medicine and turned it into candy and then blamed the medicine. And in the summertime, I add a 5th, watermelon, fresh. I drink the juice from it. There's something inside a watermelon that turns straight into that vessel-opening molecule more than almost anything else God grew. My husband Robert and I, we'd sit on the porch in August with a whole watermelon between us and a couple of spoons, and we'd eat until our chins were sticky, and I swear my feet were warm all the way through till October. People think summer's the season to slow down. For your blood, it's the season to load up. Now let me tell you what I don't drink, because this matters just as much. I don't drink plain water and think it's doing anything special for my circulation. Now hush, you need your water. I'm not telling you to stop drinking water. Your blood gets thick and lazy without it. But water alone doesn't open one single vessel. It's the floor. It is not medicine. Don't you go thinking 8 glasses of water is fixing your legs. It's keeping you alive, that's all. And I don't drink those fancy juices from the cold case at the grocery store. The cherry juice, the pomegranate, all of it. Now the fruit itself isn't bad. The pomegranate's a fine thing. But they pack so much sugar into those bottles that you take 1 step forward and 2 steps back. The sugar gums up your blood worse than the fruit ever helped it, and they charge you $12, $15 a bottle for the privilege. My beets cost me a few dollars. My hibiscus, $3 a box. The people selling you the $15 miracle juice are not your friends. They're salesmen wearing the costume of health. Here's the part nobody under 80 understands. Your body wants to heal. It is begging to heal. Your blood vessels want to open back up. They're not broken, they're just starving. We stopped eating the things that came out of the ground and started eating things that came out of a factory. And then we acted surprised when our blood quit on us. You are not falling apart because you got old. You're falling apart because you stopped feeding the machine what the machine was built to run on. Fix what you drink, you fix your blood. It really is that simple. And the fact that it's simple is exactly why they can't sell it to you. But now I'm going to tell you something, and you're not going to want to hear it. The drinks are only half of it. I've seen people do everything right with their blood and still seize up and die early, because circulation, real circulation, isn't just about what's in the glass. It's about whether you're still moving. It's about whether you've got a reason to get up out of that chair. Let me tell you about Earl. Lived 3 houses down from me for 30 years. Good man. After his wife passed, he sat down in his recliner and he didn't get back up. Oh, he ate fine, he drank his water, but he stopped moving, he stopped going out, he stopped having anywhere to be, and within 2 years, his legs swelled up, his blood pooled, and they took him to the hospital, and he never came home. The doctors wrote down a long word for what killed Earl. I'll tell you the real word. He sat down. He sat down and gave up, and his blood agreed with him. You can drink all the beet juice in the county. If you sit in that chair all day waiting for nothing, your blood will pool in your legs and quit on you, because blood is like a river. A river that stops moving turns into a swamp. You have to move it, not run a marathon. I'm 103, I'm not telling you to run anywhere, but you get up, you walk to the mailbox, you walk to the kitchen the long way, you tend something, you go see somebody, you give your blood a reason to keep flowing, the same as you give yourself a reason to keep waking up. They're the same thing. I'm telling you, they are the exact same thing. And here's what I've learned watching 103 years go by. The people whose blood kept flowing right to the end, the ones who stayed warm and walking and sharp, they all had one thing. They had somewhere to go. They had somebody waiting on them. They had a garden, a grandchild, a friend across the fence, a church pew with their name worn into it. They didn't sit down. Earl sat down. Lorraine, my hibiscus friend, lived to 94 because every single morning she had to walk down to the corner to fuss at the man who ran the store. That fussing kept her alive. The walking kept her blood moving. The man at the store hated it, and it saved her life. Let me tell you about my Robert. 68 years I had that man, and in his last years his legs got weak, and the doctor wanted to put him in a chair with wheels and be done with it. I said no. Every evening, no matter how tired he was, I made him walk to the end of the drive with me, just to the end and back. He grumbled the whole way, but his blood kept moving, and his mind stayed clear, and he knew my name and his children's names right up until the last morning. The walking did that. The reason to walk did that. I was his reason, and he was mine. So I'm going to give it to you straight because I don't have the years left to dance around it. You're worried about the wrong thing. You're worried about your cold feet and your circulation, and that's fine. Drink your beets, drink your hibiscus. I mean it, it works. But the cold feet are a message. The message is that you've stopped moving through your life. The blood pooling in your legs is just the body telling you what your spirit already knew. You sat down. You stopped going places. You stopped calling people. You're waiting. Don't wait. I had a friend named Dorothy who said she'd start taking care of herself once the weather turned, once the holidays passed, once her hip felt better. She waited for the perfect time to start living again. The perfect time never came. It never does. Dorothy's gone, and she spent her last good years sitting in a chair, waiting for a day that the good Lord never put on the calendar. So here's what I want you to do. Tomorrow morning, before you eat one thing, you drink a glass of beet juice, empty stomach. Then in the afternoon, you have your hibiscus tea or your celery, one or the other. You don't need both. And then, this is the part that matters most. You get up out of that chair and you walk somewhere, anywhere, to the mailbox, to a neighbor, to the end of your own driveway and back. You give your blood a river to run in, and you give your heart a reason to keep it running. Do that for 30 days, just 30. Your feet will warm up, the cramping will ease off, you'll walk a little farther and a little steadier, and the doctor will look at your legs at your next visit and frown the same way mine do, because they're looking for the decline that's supposed to be there and they won't find it, and you don't owe them an explanation. You just smile and you keep drinking your beets and you keep moving and you keep living. I'm 103 years old. I've watched 2 world wars and 18 presidents and every diet and every miracle drink come and go. And the secret was never hidden. It was in the dirt the whole time, and it was in your own 2 legs the whole time. Real food from the ground, real movement, real reasons to get up in the morning, warm blood and a warm heart, child. They run on the very same fuel. Now go drink your beets and go call somebody who loves you, and then put on your shoes and go for a walk while you've still got the legs to do it. Mabel Rose Thompson, 103 years old, still warm, still walking, still here. If this did your heart some good, you go on and subscribe and like it and share it with somebody whose feet are cold. Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. Dalai Lama, compassion is not a relationship between the healer and the wounded. It is a relationship between equals. Pema Chodron. If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. Dalai Lama. Compassion is the basis of morality. Arthur Schopenhauer. The purpose of human life is to serve and to show compassion and the will to help others. Albert Schweitzer. Our task must be to free ourselves by widening our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature and its beauty. Albert Einstein. Compassion is to look beyond your own pain, to see the pain of others. Yasmin Mogahed. Wisdom, compassion, and courage are the three universally recognized moral qualities of men. Confucius. Compassion is an action word with no boundaries. Prince, a kind gesture can reach a wound that only compassion can heal. Steve Maraboli. Until you have real compassion, you cannot recognize love. Bob Marley. Compassion crowns the soul with its truest victory. Abajani. True compassion means not only feeling another person's pain, but also being moved to help relieve it. Daniel Goleman. Compassion will cure more sins than condemnation. Henry Ward Beecher. The dew of compassion is a tear. Lord Byron. Compassion brings us to a stop, and for a moment we rise above ourselves. Mason Cooley. Compassion is about giving all the love that you have got. Cheryl Strayed. Let our hearts be stretched out in compassion toward others, for everyone is walking his or her own difficult path. Dieter F. Uchtdorf. Compassion and tolerance are not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength. Dalai Lama. There is no exercise better for the heart than reaching down and lifting people up. John Holmes. God dreams that you and I and all of us will realize that we are family, that we are made for togetherness, for goodness, and for compassion. Desmond Tutu. Use your voice for kindness, your ears for compassion, your hands for charity, your mind for truth, and your heart for love. Anonymous. The highest form of knowledge is empathy, for it requires us to suspend our egos and live in another person's world. Bill Bullard. Compassion is the radicalism of our time. Dalai Lama. Compassion is the ultimate and most meaningful embodiment of emotional maturity. Arthur Jersild. As I get older, the more I stay focused on the acceptance of myself and others, and choose compassion over judgment and curiosity over fear. Tracy Ellis Ross. Compassion is two hearts tugging at one load. Mary T. Lathrap. It is a lack of love for ourselves that inhibits our compassion toward others. Pema Chodron. Compassion makes you strong, caring, and peaceful. Anil Sinha. True compassion is more than flinging a coin to a beggar. It comes to see that an edifice which produces beggars needs restructuring. Martin Luther King Jr. Man may dismiss compassion from his heart, but God never will. William Cowper. Only the development of compassion and understanding for others can bring us the tranquility and happiness we all seek. Dalai Lama. There is a nobility in compassion, a beauty in empathy, a grace in forgiveness. John Connolly. Compassion is a verb. Thich Nhat Hanh. Where there is no compassion, there is no sense of justice. Alice Walker. Make no judgments where you have no compassion. Anne McCaffrey. Compassion is the chief law of human existence. Fyodor Dostoevsky. Finding compassion for ourselves and those around us is the only way to heal. Anonymous. The whole idea of compassion is based on a keen awareness of the interdependence of all these living beings, which are all part of one another and all involved in one another. Thomas Merton. Compassion asks us to go where it hurts, to enter into the places of pain, to share in brokenness, fear, confusion, and anguish. Henry J.M. Nouwen. Compassion requires us to be weak with the weak, vulnerable with the vulnerable, and powerless with the powerless. Henry J.M. Nouwen. If your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. Jack Cornfield. Compassion is the signature of higher consciousness. Amit Ray. When compassion wakes up in us, we find ourselves more willing to become vulnerable, to take the risk of entering the pain of others. Sue Monk Kidd. Having compassion starts and ends with having compassion for all those unwanted parts of ourselves, all those imperfections that we do not even want to look at. Pema Chodron. One of the secrets of inner peace is the practice of compassion. Dalai Lama. The individual is capable of both great compassion and great indifference. He has it within his means to nourish the former and outgrow the latter. Norman Cousins. Compassion brings us to a place where we finally realize that all beings want the same things we do. Sharon Salzberg.